Mohamed Elmasry is Professor of Media Studies at the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies, and he's joining us from Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Good to see you, Mohamed. So we've heard from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the last few hours. He's in Washington, D.C., and he said that Israel is open to negotiating a permanent end to its war on Gaza, but only if Hamas is demilitarized. How do you assess the current prospects for a ceasefire?
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but, we've been here before over the past year and a half plus. And my sense is that this is just the same kind of song and dance. Israel does not want to end the war, short of all of the Hamas fighters lining up in a city square and committing mass suicide. I don't think that we're going to get to a permanent ceasefire. I don't even know if that would end the war, because I think Israel has its sights set on Gaza itself. It's not so much about Hamas. But there was an Israeli official speaking on the condition of anonymity. I was just reading a report in Sky News, and he is indicating that they're not close to an agreement on a permanent end to the war. Hamas officials have said the same thing over the last couple of days to Dropsite News and other outlets. So I think it's the same sticking points, Elizabeth. Yeah. I think that the Israelis want to continue the war, and Hamas and the Palestinians want a permanent end to the war.
Yeah, and certainly that seems to be the case. The only thing that I thought was different about his comments this time is he said at the beginning of the ceasefire, we will enter negotiations for a permanent end to the war. Is that not different to what's happened in the past, when Netanyahu has not wanted to discuss a permanent end? He said until a certain point in the ceasefire, and then when we get to that point, this ceasefire ends because of Israeli attacks.
Yeah, I personally don't get hung up on every word or every sentence. He's made similar, maybe not identical, but similar comments during the course, during the course of the past, year and a half plus. And you'll notice that he says that he will not, that they would not end the war unless Hamas is demilitarized. What that means is he wants Hamas leaders to give up all of their arms, and he wants them to go into exile. So that's obviously, a non-starter that would end effectively Palestinian resistance, and that's what the Israelis want. They want to be able to do what they want to do with the Palestinians without any resistance. And I think it's becoming clearer and clearer to everyone that that is the complete ethnic cleansing of the Gaza Strip.
And what do you make of that Israeli plan that's been announced by the defense minister to concentrate, to begin with, 600,000 Palestinians in Gaza, in Rafah, with a view to expanding that to all of Gaza's population?
Yeah, so I'm trying to read all of this in context, right? And I think these are all related. The ceasefire negotiations, the plan to forcibly displace Palestinians again and lock them into concentration camps on the Egyptian border. We have to look at all of this as being part of the same kind of agenda. I think Israel views this as kind of the final stage of the genocide. They're going to push all of the Palestinians into a tiny corner of the Gaza Strip. They're going to agree to some kind of a ceasefire, a temporary ceasefire, which would give them 60 days to kind of buy time to sort of lobby countries to take Palestinians in. And at the same time, they will have effectively sort of trapped Palestinian fighters into the north, which I think is something that Israel has long wanted to do. And I've also just been reading an investigation published just a few hours ago in an Israeli outlet, Plus 972 magazine. They're saying that Israel has been using drones that have grenades strapped to them, and they're using these to basically force Palestinians to follow these displacement orders. So what they're doing is, if Palestinians are seen returning back to their homes, they are hit with these drones. And 7 Israeli soldiers were interviewed as part of this investigation, and they're saying that the idea is to force other Palestinians to, quote, learn through blood, right? So they're learning through blood. If they see other Palestinians have been killed trying to return home, they will know not to do that. And that is expected to intensify with this new operation in the coming days.
Ever more worrying reports from Gaza. Mohamed Elmasry, thank you very much, as always, for your insights. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.